All right. Bienvenido a todos. Welcome everyone to the Mount Diablo Unified School District Governing Board Special Study Session, April 29th, 2021. It is 5 p.m. and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know if we have a flag. All right. Please join me. Oh, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. I think you were all muted. I was on my own on that one. Okay. All right, let's move to roll call and we'll start with Trustee Mayo.
Here.
Trustee Alice.
Here.
Trustee Nzewi.
Here.
Trustee McFerrin.
Here.
And Trustee Mason has not joined us yet at this point, though we are expecting her. Oh, she is signing on. Thank you. She'll be here in just a minute. And I am also present. All right. So review and potential approval of the agenda. Were there any adjustments that needed to be made? Nope, we're all set. Okay, do we have a motion?
I move that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Thank you, Trustee Mayo. Do we have a
I
second? All right. Motion by Trustee Mayo, second by Trustee Alas, and we'll take that to a vote. Trustee Alas? Oh.
Yes.
Trustee Mayo?
Yes.
Trustee Nzewi?
Yes.
Trustee McFerrin?
Yes.
I also vote yes. Motion passes 4-0 with concurrence from our student board member. Thank you, everyone. All right, so we'll move on to public comment. 2.1, public comment. The public may address the board regarding any items scheduled for discussion during this agenda. And Ms. Juranek, do we have any members ready to speak for public comment?
Yes, I believe so. We had about 6 people pre-register. So those who are in our attendees, if you would like to speak for public comment, please raise the hand icon and I will call upon you and promote you for speaking for a period of 3 minutes. I do see we have Lev Afani, followed by Miguel Castro to begin. First Lev, then followed by Miguel.
Howdy, I'm Lev Afani. I'm the captain of the College Park High School track and field team. And I'd like to start off by saying that last year in 2020, we had about a total of 120 track and field athletes. 40 of them were seniors. This year we have about 60 track and field athletes, only 10 of which are seniors. And about half of these people are poised to head to Arcadia Invitational, the largest invitational in California to the date. And I just wanted to say a couple things about these athletes. So when everyone else gave up on the season, these were the athletes that were working for Unseeable Future. They would, when the majority of the track facilities in the area closed, these were the people going to the open fields, the open parks. These were the people you saw at the parks running, working out every single day, trying to better themselves as athletes and as individuals. And I'm going to speak from a collective perspective. I personally feel that there's nothing harder than working for something that you aren't even sure will happen. And I just find that a factual statement in life. And that is truly what I think makes these student athletes the epitome of incredible work ethic, grit, and perseverance. And that is why I feel that you should allow these athletes to participate at the Arcadia Invitational, not only to demonstrate their incredible work ethic, but also to motivate the upcoming athletes of College Park and show them that regardless of the circumstances that we are in, COVID or not, we will continue to work hard, better ourselves as individuals, and try our best to do what we are capable of. Once again, I appreciate all your time. Thank you to the College Park parents who made this meeting possible, the MDUSD school board as well. I appreciate your time. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Next, we have Miguel Castro. If there's anyone in our attendees who would like to speak and voice their public comment, please raise your hand and we will call upon you once Mr. Castro has completed.
Good evening, members of the board. Mr. Honey, thank you guys for allowing this meeting to happen and taking a second look at this request from our team. I'm the head coach of both the cross country and track and field teams. This is my third year as the head coach, but I was involved with the program for a couple years before then as an assistant. I'm also a high school English teacher in the district. This is my 8th year for MDUSD and 5th year at College Park. I've been blessed with what I consider to be the hardest working, disciplined, respectful, and talented group of athletes. I've also been blessed with an administrative staff at College Park that has always advocated for our students and athletes, provided them with opportunities to be successful. I've also been blessed with amazing board members as a coach who have allowed me to travel with my athletes and parents on overnights to Southern California, Oregon, and I even went on my first trip ever to Hawaii with my team. As a former high school and college athlete myself, I had the privilege of traveling with my teammates and coaches, and these are the trips and memories that I will never forget and that I'll continue to share. It was on an overnight trip to Southern California that I first got noticed by college coaches to get recruited. We as athletes know that while part of these trips are the social bonding and silly and memorable stories that we come home with, we don't take for granted the sacrifices and the hard work that it takes to qualify to be a part of this prestigious meet. My athletes are the same, and their courage, pride, honor, and sacrifice, values that we strive to embody every day at College Park, has qualified a total of 15 of them for this meet. We were fortunate enough to get a summer, fall, and winter training camp approved once COVID started. And it was through a diligent following of COVID protocols and guidelines that I've been able to train with my team for almost a year. And in that time, we've had 0 COVID outbreaks within our pods and only 2 positive tests. We understand that it's a very different season, but I also hope that you see what I see, which are respectful and responsible young adults that I trust and am willing to travel with on an overnight trip. The boys 4x8 relay is seconds away from the school record and is ranked number 3 in the entire state. The boys distance medley is ranked 15th in the entire country and 5th in the state and 0.02 seconds from the school record. Alex Lamoureux, a sophomore, is 27th in the state after running a 4:19 mile, only 4 seconds from the school record. He is 6th among all sophomores in the state and 18th in the country for his class. Jessica Chazar, also a sophomore, is 9th in the state for her class with a time of 2:18 in the 800 meters, just seconds away from the school record held by Lindsay Allen, who went on to compete at Stanford. The girls distance medley relay is 12th in the state. The girls 4x8 is 16th. The 4x1 relay is 8th in the North Coast section, and the girls 4x4 relay is 5th in the entire North Coast section. These athletes have worked too hard and they deserve the opportunity to put their hard work to the test.
Mr. Castro, I do apologize. Your 3 minutes is up.
Okay, thank you for your time. And I just hope that we get the opportunity to compete with our neighboring teams who have been approved by their districts to go on. And I don't think there's a reason why we can't work together as a district and a team to make it happen if other districts have.
Your 3 minutes is up, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, there's no additional hands that are being raised. There, we do have one more hand. And that's Kathleen Nagel.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for hearing us out and giving us the opportunity to speak. My name is Kathleen Nagel. I am the parent of Carson Nagel, one of the seniors on the track and field team this year. Carson has been on the cross country team and the track and field team for 4 years. He has been working towards this event since he was 14 years old. He's finally had the opportunity to make this team and this event, and it would be devastating for him and the rest of his teammates not to have the opportunity to fulfill these dreams. This is the end of Carson's career, unfortunately. He will not be participating in college, perhaps in a club team or something. And without any sort of state championships or anything else, this really is the culmination of all of his hard work and dedication. I have never seen a team that has been more dedicated than I have over the last 12 months. These kids have worked day in and day out, regardless of COVID, in hopes of getting the opportunity to compete at this level. I really implore you to please give this a second consideration, to look at what the other districts and schools around us have been able to do to allow their athletes to compete. We are no different than them. In fact, I might say that we're better than them in many ways. We've really thought about this hard. I know that all of you take this very seriously, and I am hopeful that we can figure a way to work this out. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your comment. We do have another comment coming forth from Leah Fromm. Leah?
Hello. Wait, hold on one second. I have to.
We're opening it up.
Yes. All right. Hello, everyone. I don't think you can see me right now, but my name is Leah Fromm, and I have been competing on the varsity track and field team at College Park High School for the past 4 years, and I'm a senior right now. Track and field has become a huge part of my identity, and it honestly scares me to think of how this season is the last track season of my entire life. And I'm not sure if you understand how important high school sports are to the development and contentment of high school students, but it was absolutely devastating to have my athletic efforts thrown away last year following the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Junior year is often regarded as the most important year for high school sports, and my fellow track athletes and I were denied of this. We missed out on our junior year track championships as well as most of our season. I was incredibly hopeful that this year would be different. Before the track season began, I had been preseason training with a few of my teammates for over half of a year. I was determined to make my senior year the best it could possibly be, since my junior year track season was non-existent. Hearing that there would be no track championships during this year's track season was immensely disappointing. Although I was fortunate enough to experience varsity level track meets during my freshman and sophomore year, many track athletes in my grade did not. These athletes have been working very hard for the past 4 years just to never be given the opportunity to experience a varsity level track and field championship meet. Although I knew there would be no track championships this year, I still held on to the hope that we would be given the opportunity to go to other prestigious track meets upon qualification. When I heard from my coach that we had qualified for the Arcadia Invitational with our sprint relay teams, I was ecstatic, because it is a huge honor to be good enough to compete at Arcadia. The fact that we qualified for Arcadia is what made all of our months of preseason training worth it. However, it seems at this point I should be used to disappointment. All 4 years of my track career would have led up to Arcadia just for us to be told we are not allowed to go. I strongly disagree with this decision. My senior class has missed out on many, many things this year due to COVID-19, but this should not be one of them. When considering all factors, it does not make sense to disallow College Park Track to compete at the Arcadia Invitational. The athletes in attendance make up a very small group of people, many of whom already exercise in the same pods. Hotel arrangements could easily allow for athletes that are in the same pod to room with each other as well as travel together. When it comes to the track meet itself, it is completely outdoors. Track does not require athletes to partake in physical contact with those from other teams. Track meet organizers have also been very strict on COVID protocols regarding masking and social distancing. If the overnight aspect is an issue, we can have all athletes and chaperones provide a negative COVID test or proof of vaccination before and after the trip. Please refer to the current COVID-19 guidelines. The CDC currently allows for outdoor gatherings of up to 300 people with the stipulation that all attendees have been tested or vaccinated.
Leah?
Indoor dining is also allowed, in which restaurant goers sit near strangers maskless. Our
Leah?
athletes' trip to Arcadia would be safer
Leah?
than these things.
Excuse
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
Leah, thank
Please
you so
listen.
much. I think that you've reached your 3-minute time. We appreciate hearing from you.
All right, well, thank you. I hope you can all reconsider your
Thank
decision.
you.
but-
Thank you. We do have Peter Reed for our last comment.
I'd like to Miguel Castro.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, I'd like to allot my time to Coach Miguel Castro.
I'm sorry, that's not something we're able to do.
Yeah, I believe we heard from Coach Castro, and we also have received, for those of you who wrote comments in writing, all of the board members have seen that as well. Peter, did you have
Okay.
anything to say?
In that case, I'd just like to share with you that I'm a firefighter. I've gone into known COVID houses with people that are ill. My wife's an ER nurse. She treats and takes care of people that COVID. She's been doing so for the last year. I have yet, and so has my wife, has yet to test positive. I think that if you social distance, wear your mask, do what the CDC recommends. I think the kids and the coaches and parents that would like to attend would likely be safe. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Mr. Rennick, I don't see any other speakers. Is that correct?
No, we do have one hand that just raised.
Okay.
Gianna Meyer. And Gianna, that will be our last speaker then.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Dr. Clark and the school board. My name is Gianna Meyer, and I'm a junior in College Park High School's track team. I've potentially qualified for 4 events, the max amount of events you can qualify for at Arcadia High School, along with the other dedicated athletes on College Park's relay teams. To not be able to run in such a meet is not only, or to be able to run in such a meet is not only such a huge honor, but a threshold marking success that has only been crossed once by a girls' DMR team in my high school career. This year, we had an opportunity to enter over a total of 7 possible events. I missed the boys 4x8, but we also qualified in the women's 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, women's DMR, men's DMR, Jessica Chazar's 800, and my 300 hurdles. This kind of achievement is what many high school track athletes consider the end goal of their track careers, along with attending state championships or being recruited for collegiate track and field. It's what keeps us in a sport for 4 years, working our hardest to grasp that qualifying time. And for me personally, it's what gets me across the finish line. At practice, when I'm feeling my least motivated, I think to myself, what am I working for? The answer these past 3 years has always been Arcadia Invitational. My teammates and I have been putting in work to get to this meet since September. We began preseason training this early in hopes that we could qualify for Arcadia if it were to happen this year. With no state meet, NCS, or even a league finals, Arcadia is one of our only chances to award this team's athletes with an experience that would make all of our hard work worth it. It would be beyond devastating to come this far, only to have our mutual aspiration torn away from us. Us being a group mostly composed of seniors and upperclassmen, seniors who have had their every hope of a senior year taken from them, seniors who have worked their whole 4 years to get this kind of elite field, seniors who may never get to compete at a meet like Arcadia again, having already committed to colleges for academics. It's heartbreaking to see other districts around our area be allowed to go to Arcadia. It frankly doesn't make sense to be competing with teams that are going, but not be allowed to go ourselves. At such a prestigious meet, I would imagine that their COVID-19 protocols would be airtight and followed by every team lucky enough to attend. Our team is willing to sign waivers, take COVID tests before and after the meet, and show proof of vaccination, etc. to attend this meet. Please reconsider your decision to decline our trip to Arcadia Invitational. It would be a shred of success and positivity in this year of disappointment. You would be making our hard work worth it and prove to us that there's something left to fight for. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
President Cowan, there is one last hand. We have 10 minutes left approximately on our public comment.
All right. We have one more, Alex
One
Lamoureux.
more, and then that's it. And then
That
we're
is
going to
it.
move on
We
with
need
this
to move
item.
on. I think we
Yeah,
understand.
we've heard it.
Thank you. Alex, if you have some
Alex?
brief comments.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a sophomore on the College Park and track and field team that qualified for Arcadia. For the people on our team that also qualified for Arcadia, being able to compete here is a great chance to set personal records. We've all worked so hard over the year, and being able to compete here would top it all off, considering it is considered the most competitive meet in the country. It would be such a blessing to compete with some of the best track and field athletes in the nation, some of which I often read about and look up to. Also, I know I'm not the only one on my team that dreams of running in college. With the elite competition and the high exposure we'd get by attending, it's a perfect opportunity to use this meet to run recruiting standard times. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you, everyone. It's great. It's always great to hear from students. We do have a very busy schedule tonight and are fitting this decision in here. So thank you very much for everyone for your public comment. And we'll move on to the business action item 3.1, review and potential approval of College Park High School members of the track and field team to attend the Arcadia Invitational May 7th and 8th, 2021 in Arcadia, California. Dr. Clark, would you like to present?
Yeah, so great. So I'll present this item. So basically this is, this is routine. We have teams that, whether it's track or whether it's basketball or, other sports that travel away for tournaments. And we have a system and we have procedures in place that, that allow for this sort of safe school activities to happen. However, when this was first presented to me, there were questions. Throughout the season, we have followed through the guidance that we can only compete with counties that are neighboring counties, and so that was one issue. And then our own NCS has canceled all championships. And so then the debate was then, do we allow this team to, to go outside of our county to compete and also go and compete in a tournament when our own league has canceled those tournaments. Since receiving the proposal from Principal Honey, the neighboring county has been lifted, so that is no longer an issue. And so really the decision came down to, because NCS has canceled their championship, should this team be allowed to go and compete at the state level? So I'm bringing this forward tonight with with my full endorsement and backing and recommendation that the board go ahead and approve this trip. Mr. Honey and his team have submitted the proper documents and the plan, and all of that is in place, just like we will be doing throughout the year next year. So again, appreciate the student comments. I'll leave it at that. I'm putting this in the hands of the board, and this is a routine type of actions that we take, when teams travel outside of our area, especially on overnight trips. It is policy that it's board approved, and again, under Mr. Honey's leadership, they have met the requirements, and we're ready to move forward with putting this in the hands of the board. If the board has questions, clearly Mr. Honey's here to address any of those questions.
All right, thank you, Dr. Clark. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we approve the College Park High School members of the track and field team to attend the Arcadia Invitational May 7th through 8th, 2021 in Arcadia, California.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Motion by Trustee McFerrin, second by Trustee Mason. Is there any discussion?
I just have one question. I was wondering, how many nights will the team be out of our area? Are they traveling on the 6th, spending the night on the 6th, and then competing on the 7th and 8th, and then coming home on the 9th, for example?
I believe it's 2 nights. The travel day, 2 days of competition, and come home. Be 2 nights away. So it'd be Thursday travel, compete Friday, Saturday, and then you come home Saturday night. You can't compete on Sundays.
All right, thank you. Any other discussion or questions? Trustee Xavier.
Thank you, Dr. Clark, for giving that background, because I was like, when did I deny this? I don't know what I did wrong. So this is to all the speakers, this is the first I've ever heard of it. I just have a comment. I fully support. When I read, what we were doing today, I had no hesitation, but I can't keep my mouth shut. I hope that people realize you've survived a pandemic. So for all the disappointments of last year and this year, you've survived a pandemic. I'm a parent. My daughter has missed out on a gazillion she's a performer, a gazillion big deal things like She was cast in a thing to be in New York for last summer. And the hope was that they would be able to do it this summer. And just this week, it was finalized that they won't be able to go. So that opportunity is over. She was supposed to be in 3 shows last summer. She's missed it all, but you know what? We're alive and safe. And so I hope that we can, I encourage parents, coach, teachers, everyone in our community to shift their thinking that we have missed out on a lot of opportunities, but you've got a whole lot of life left in you.
Thank you, Trustee Nzewi. Trustee McFerrin?
And I'd just like to share that it takes an incredible amount of dedication to be at this level of athlete, which is something I would never be interested in doing, could never. So I'm really impressed with these student athletes. It was so nice to hear from them. And I just also really just wanted to just give some praise for Mr. Castro, because taking on this role, in addition to being an English teacher, is a huge commitment. And there's an incredible level of trust between parents and a coach, doing these kinds of trips, and between the coach and the students. And I just really, I understand how much investment and how much sacrifice it takes for the student athletes, for everyone involved in the mentoring and coaching, and for chaperoning the field trips. And I just, I'm so very, I'm dating myself, but this is very much my, you had me at hello. I was voting for this. I'm very excited to approve this. So I just want to wish everyone the best of luck. And I'm so very glad that, especially for our seniors, that you get this opportunity during a year full of so many disappointments.
Thank you, Trustee McFerrin. All right. Oh, Trustee Alice.
I also wanted to say that I'm super proud of these athletes for qualifying for Arcadia. I run track myself, and Arcadia is a really huge, really tough meet. So congrats to everyone, and I'm pretty confident this is going to pass. So I wish you the best of luck when you're competing. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Trustee Alice. Yeah, that was one of my questions in the beginning, was hearing about a meet. Is this something everybody goes to? No, it's invitation only. You have to qualify for it. So learning that, this is a very exciting opportunity, and it looks to me like all of the COVID safety precautions are in place, for every level of the requirements. So I really appreciate everyone's preparation, and as Trustee McFerrin said, the coach as well, Miguel Castro, to take this on and be willing to take students to an event like this is extra on your part as well. So we appreciate that. All right, any other comments? Should we take this to a vote? All right, let's start with Trustee Alice.
Yes.
Trustee McFerrin.
Yes.
Trustee Mason.
Yes.
Trustee Nzewi.
Yes.
Trustee Mayo.
Yes.
I also vote yes. Motion passes 5-0 with concurrence from our student board member, and wishing you the best of luck at the Arcadia meet. Come back and let us know how it went. Thanks so much, everyone. All right, so Dr. Clark, I know that the original timing of this meeting was going to start at 6 p.m. Would you like to break until 6 at this point?
I hit leave meeting instead of unmute. So I don't want to leave the meeting. Yeah, we'll take a break. You guys get some snacks and whatnot, and we'll see you back here at 5:58, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay.